Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. We're doing sketch number 40, and if you hear other music or any noise in the background, it's just because I couldn't do it in the middle of the night, so I'm doing my voiceover during the day, and I do apologize. But we're going to go ahead and get through this. With this sketch, I am doing 10 cards, and what I did was I took one of my dies and I cut out those 2 squares, and that is pretty much going to be the basis of the pattern. And then I'm using the vellum on top in the banner shape. Okay, so I cut 2-inch strips of the vellum. They were 2-inch by 5 1/4, or not 5 1/4, 5 1/2, because I wanted it long enough that I could figure out exactly where on it I wanted it to go. See how I'm pulling it up and there's that little bit of edge of vellum that's hanging off? I did that on purpose so I can then stamp my Happy Easter. And of course, it actually took me 3 times to get it fully stamped, and everybody should know by now it's because I didn't use the foam. But you know, sometimes you just don't want to use all your stuff and you're trying to get something done and you realize, I should have done it correct from the first. So after I stamped it in the VersaFine Black Onyx, I covered it with the clear embossing powder by Nuvo, and I'm just getting my heat tool hot so I can melt that clear embossing powder. Alright, and then for the ribbon that's going across the top, I have this lace trim that actually has the tape on the back already. So I've used it before in videos. I can't even remember where I got it from, but I love it, and if I ever find more of it, I will buy it all up because it gives a nice wow, and it's easy to put down. And then I'm going to do that. I'm going to attach these all to my card bases using foam tape. And I'm just going to put it down in 3 stripes, because there's not a whole lot going on with this card. It's not like the whole back has to be covered to make it all even and not dip and all that kind of stuff. This is going to be a pretty simple card, so the 3 strips I felt like was enough. And then what I've been doing is using my Tim Holtz, the new snips, and they have been working perfect with this particular foam tape to pull off the backing. And then we're just gonna attach this to the base, and I did have to lift it up. I don't know if you guys ever have this problem, but I noticed that I tend to go to the left more so than I do to the right, and so I had to reposition it. So I wanted to show you a second time what I did, only because you see the powder there on the camera. Yes, I got smart and I pre-treated my vellum before stamping the Happy Easter. Okay, if you're using the stuff, the clear, and you notice that your material is the powder is sticking to it, bring out your powder, treat your surface first, and then do your stamping and embossing. Trust me, it'll make you a lot happier, especially when you're doing mass producing. So I'm doing 10 cards, and I learned on the first card what not to do. Okay, and then from then on I continued with the same. Now this was the last one that I put together, and now we're going to start looking at some of the ideas for the flowers. And I'm using the Prima Wild and Free collection that I got from Scrapbooking with Me Boutique. And what I loved about it, or what I love about any of the Primas or the G45s, is the stuff that they have that go with it to decorate and complete your project. Prima, more so than G45, will have all the flowers. You'll see I'm going to wind up putting a butterfly up at the top instead of a bow. And that is just gonna really finish off the card. So right now I'm taking a glue dot and I'm laying down all the flowers in a cluster, just like in our sketch. And I wind up doing a combination on the other 9 cards, excuse me, with the wet glue and glue dots, depending on the flower. But in this particular point in the video, I think I just used the glue dots. And then right now, I'm just getting one of the butterflies and then putting it right there at the top. And really, I mean, it's such a simple card, but it's so cute. So now I've made it to the end. This is card number 10. And you can see I'm using the wet glue. And with the wet glue, all the thing that the wet glue really does is give you a little bit of time to kind of move the flower around, so that way, you know, if you want to change something up, you can. We're putting down all our flowers again. And you could have done the banner piece with the, you know, all white piece of paper. There's something about vellum, it makes it feel like it's extra special. And so I'm laying out all 9 cards. Well, 10 with that one. And I mean, it all just turned out really good. Now this is just to remind you the sketch that we did for today. And then as you look through the photos for the rest of it, I just want to thank you guys for joining me. Make sure that you hit the like button and you subscribe if you haven't already, and please share. And at the end of the video, there will be 2 links. One to our last 2 Friday sketch videos. Now last week we didn't have one, but I'll do the 2 before that. And keep an eye out, because we're getting closer and closer to 500 subscribers. And once we get to 500, we will be having another giveaway. So keep your eyes out, and thank you so much, and I will see you with the next video.